News.
Hey, what you saying?
Right here, man. Oh, not the cold one.
Busted! Busted! Don't you know you guys are breaking the law by not using your seat belts?
Man, Charlie, man, I'm using my seatbelt.
Wrong!
The seatbelt is not for opening your alcoholic drink. It is for saving lives. And by the way, for those of you who continue to drink and drive, we're on the lookout for you too.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up first at 6, pending demolition. The Minister of Works announcing plans to demolish a historic building here in the capital. Trafficking seminar. Defense Force Marines learning more about trafficking in persons. And Junkanoo Jam. Young campers enjoying a summer Junkanoo camp here in New Providence. The Bahamas Tonight, first at 6, starts right now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Government planning to demolish the Clarence Bain building. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Minister of Works, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, informing stakeholders of the Bahamas Tourism Hotel Association today at their membership meeting at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel that government is addressing the demolition and sale of unused and abandoned buildings here in New Providence. Among the buildings set for demolition is the Clarence A. Bain building on University Drive.
This week, tenders will go out to contractors for the demolition of the Clarence A. Bain building, which I know is a blight on the way from the airport. We anticipate that in short order, and that's relatively speaking, because when I ask engineers what short order means, it's a totally different thing from what lawyers think. That building will only be a memory, and that we will be able to turn the site over to the University of the Bahamas to facilitate their expansion plans. At the same time, plans are progressing for other large-scale infrastructural improvements, such as, and I want to go through a few of them, the repurposing of the former Independent Shopping Center at the intersection of Belleau Hill Road and Tonique Darling Highway that was gutted in a woeful attempt to construct a general post office, the possible sale of the Rodney Bain building.
Minister Bannister also revealed that the Ministry of Works is also enhancing tourism facilities and opportunities throughout the Bahamas. He mentioned what will take place over in Long Island.
Currently in the process of tendering the pavement of the Monument Road in Long Island, which gives access to the Columbus Monument. We will also improve access to the monument itself, which provides one of the most beautiful vistas and breathtaking views that I've ever seen in my life. They're going to be
Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Dionisio de Aguilar, also addressed the BHTA annual general meeting this morning, and he continued to praise the country's success in tourism. He revealed that tourism arrival numbers are up with record numbers at the Lynden Pinley International Airport. Minister de Aguilar says the industry is healthy and the Ministry of Tourism is focused on its marketing efforts for continued growth.
I mean, obviously the growth in our sector is a function of a number of items, specifically three. Number one, the U.S. economy is doing exceptionally well. Unemployment is at a record low, and incomes are rising as a result, and so people have disposable income. 80% of our foreign visitors come from the United States. So as a result, I think we're doing well. Secondly, Bahama has come on stream with 2,300 plus rooms as they bring that up on stream. And so that's creating a wonderful opportunity for us to grow our stopover visitors, which, as you know, spend 20 times more than our cruise passengers.
Minister de Aguilar listed the third reason for tourism's success as the collaboration between agencies that market the Bahamas.
I know that the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board and the Ministry of Tourism have collaborated a lot more, and we're beginning to focus on the fact that a lot of our visitors purchase their vacations online. So we have found that 67% of people purchase their vacations online, and so we are going to the Expedias and the Travelocities and the online booking agencies to drive home our message.
Also making news for Statistics Friday, Royal Bahamas Defense Force officers are often the first line of defense in protecting the country's borders. But that role also positions them to be more aware of persons that may fall victim to human trafficking. The Inter-Ministry Trafficking in Persons Task Force held a one-day training session today for Marines at the Defense Force's Coral Harbor Base. Chairperson Suzanne Knoll says these sessions are very important.
We get to interact with those persons, the Defense Force persons, who are, in a sense, one of the first responders. They meet so many smuggled victims at sea. Yes, smuggling and trafficking are very different. But the research tells us that a smuggled victim might become a trafficked victim. So if they are made aware of all the nuances of what trafficking looks like, then they will be better able to identify those victims for us. And then we will be able to do a better job in uncovering all of the kinds of instances of trafficking we find in the Bahamas.
Defense Force Captain Clyde Sawyer says over the years, hundreds of Marines have taken part in similar training exercises.
More than 1,100 of our approximately 1,500 members, that is 75% of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force personnel, have received initial identity skills and technique training, which have enabled them to better perform their duties over the past 5 years. The Defense Force's role as first responders is therefore critical. The overall benefits of this training will assist greatly with improving and sustaining the overall objectives of the United Nations Convention on Transitional Crime, and in particular trafficking in persons, as well as the Bahamas Trafficking in Persons Act of 2008.
Another Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation pop-up market is all set for this weekend. The Fox Hill Parade will be the venue this Saturday for all things Bahamian, and that includes fruits and vegetables. Member of Parliament for Fox Hill, Chanel Ferguson, noted today that this Emancipation Weekend event in Fox Hill is one you don't want to miss.
Pop-up market has become the thing, and Fox Hill wanted to be included in the thing, and so it's coming to Fox Hill. But it's coming to Fox Hill with a difference, as Ms. Mackey and Mr. Tynes can tell you. We can't have pop-up coming to a place where everything is practically grown. So in addition to pop-up, you will have Fox Hill vendors with their dillies, with their ganeps, and the other things that are from Fox Hill. So we are combining with BAIC to make this one special.
Still ahead, hear about a youth trade camp that even highlighted Junkanoo. We're just getting started first at 6. Those stories and more after this break.
When school ends, BTC summer vacation begins. That means freedom to switch it up and break a few rules.
I am flying overseas and when she touch down, she not stop call me. And I nothing for me breed, girl. Me want no cute like a Bob Marley. Me fix them.
Freedom to mix and, of course, mingle. Freedom to go wild and take the fun to a whole new level. Join the BTC Summer Vacation for exclusive rewards, cool prizes, and more.
Okay.
BTC, the bigger, better network.
This is the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is Commonwealth Bank. And no matter how, no matter where, no matter what, Commonwealth Bank is here for you. Commonwealth Bank, everything we do it for you.
Summer is here, and it's the time of year we love getting together with family and friends. And nothing shows your love more than one of KFC's new buckets. KFC's Bucket Love is all about our freshly prepared chicken, delicious sides, and hot buttery biscuits starting at just $20. KFC, it's finger licking good.
That Vanessa, you look stressed though?
Girl, listen, I here on my little piece of lunch break trying to pay these bills. I gotta go head to BTC, then I gotta go fly to BEC, and then I gotta go swim to Water and Sewage.
Girl, look, save your time and your gas, all right? Make one stop.
How?
Take your backside to Cash and Go. You pay all 3 of the bills one time. It's one line, one place, with a bunch of locations.
You think I should go now?
Vanessa, you ain't reached yet? Cash and Go. Fast, free, convenient. Call 322-CASH for more information.
The most important person in my life is my mom because she helped me up when I am down, and she says with God's help, the sky is the limit. Peace and quiet is what I like most about being in Over the Hill. I am Over the Hill.
The proceeding was brought to you courtesy of the Over the Hill project.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
Thanks so much for staying with us. The Z-Bandit Summer Camp ended today. The young campers strived for excellence as they learned useful trades like cooking, sewing, woodwork, and even junkanoo that allowed them to expand their horizons in the future. Eugene Colley, also known as Mr. Z, is the proud leader of this summer program.
Our camp happens to be a trade camp, and we offer a variety of activities here at this camp for the youngsters so that they can learn and have useful skills under their belt, that this is something that they can fall back on in case of hard times. But what makes us stand out is that we was doing this now for 12 years, and we are being very successful in producing the work. But the stuff is highly professional. Their instructors taught them well.
The Member of Parliament for Englerston, Glenys Hannah Martin, is also a big supporter of this program because she believes that the youth are a key to a successful future.
This is a great opportunity. You know, we have to invest in our children because really, in truth, it's the only way we can guarantee that this country will be sustainable, but not just sustainable, that it will go to new levels, to go to levels that we can't even imagine. So, I think that when you start awakening the capacity and capabilities of our young people, even at this age, you are really setting the stage for a highly energized population that pursues excellence. So I support this 100%, and I think we need to see it more across the board.
Officials of Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited exploring a partnership with the Bahamas National Trust to provide new experiences for cruise visitors to the Bahamas, as well as to reaffirm its commitment to marine conservation and preservation. RCL Vice President Russell Benford recently met with National Trust Executive Director Eric Carey and Director of Development Dominique Martin and discussed the introduction of national park tours as a potential option for the 1.2 million cruise guests that travel to the Bahamas on Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines annually, as well as the cruise liner hosting the National Trust's Environment Youth Group arm, the Discovery Club. Now, the meeting with BNT executives was part of a series of meetings Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines is conducting here in the Bahamas as it contemplates further investment and expansion in the region's #1 cruise destination. RCL hopes to increase passenger capacity to the Bahamas by nearly 20% by bringing 1.75 million people to the Bahamas by 2020. Well, that does it for National News First at 6 on this Friday. Stay with us. Sports is next with Jonathan Benson.
That portion of the news was brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
What is a promise? A promise fulfilled can mean so much. A bond, a commitment, a yes in a world of maybes. We made a promise to you, and we delivered. Our superfast LTE network is now on every island. And every day we invest in local communities and technology because our promise is our guarantee. And now we promise our best is yet to come. Alive, believe in best.
Your life is in the moment and on the go. And your credit card? It's right there with you. Turn on mobile location confirmation for your Visa credit card from CIBC First Caribbean and reduce the likelihood of declined transactions when you travel. CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
No matter what your goals are in life, you have to start somewhere. It all begins with Leno. Leno, bridging possibilities. Call us at 396-3225 or email info@lenobahamas.com.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Team Bahamas closing out competition yesterday at the 23rd edition of the Central American Academy Games in Colombia. Our men's national basketball team playing for 5th and 6th place against the Mexican side, which beat them earlier in the tournament. Mexico led by 4 after 1, 26-22, increased that advantage at the half to 49-41. It was 72-60 after 3, and Mexico would go on to beat the 2-4-2 once again by a final of 90-76. Kentuan Smith, one of only 2 Bahamians in double figures. He tallied a double-double, 21 points and 11 rebounds. Michael Furley-Bain added 12 points. With the loss, the Bahamas finishes 6th with a record of 1-4, that lone win coming against the U.S. Virgin Islands. On the track, our men's 4x4 team of Michael Matthew, Stephen Newble, Kendrick Thompson, and Alonzo Russell, they ran out of the middle of the track in lane 4. They would cross the line 5th in 3:07.31.
Cut overall, I feel like we could do a little bit better. I think that's definitely our slowest time for the whole year. But I think overall it was okay. It wasn't as good as it could have been.
I would say the whole team was cold, you know. We still did our best, but they had us waiting 15 minutes after we had already warmed up. I just don't know what to say. It just was we put our heart into it, y'all, but it just was a bad showing due to event coordination. They won with 3:03. We ran 3:01 in April. It's August now. We were ready to go under 3 minutes. But just because they had us waiting for almost a whole hour. You know, we're not used to that. We used to getting warmed and then bam. That's poor event coordination.
We really want to make no excuses because all of us was in the same boat. So, and I think for sure if we didn't get hold so long, then yeah, I think that we would have done a little bit better.
Kaiwan Colmer also in action yesterday, contesting the men's triple jump final. He ended up 6th, soaring 53 feet 3 1/4 inches. And Team Bahamas playing for the National Cup against Guatemala. Danielle Thompson, she would take to the court first, and she dropped the first set, but came back to take the second, meaning this match would come down to a deciding set. And Thompson, she just didn't have enough left in the tank. She falls in 3 sets, 6-3, 3-6, and 6-love.
I try to still leave everything out there, you know, to help it make it easier on Carrie when she goes on the court. But I know I'm proud of myself. I gave it my all, and I did the best I could.
With the loss by Thompson, Carrie Cartwright was in a must-win in her match, but she struggled, failing to secure a single game as Guatemala clinched the bronze with a 6-love victory.
You know, she just came out playing her best game today, and I tried my best, tried to mix it up all throughout the match, and tried to stay positive, tried to stay in it, and I think I did the best I can.
Team Bahamas ends the games 10th in the medal standings with 7, 4 gold, 2 silver and a bronze. 3 of those gold coming in the pool courtesy of Joanna Evans in the 200, 400 and 800 meter freestyle. The other gold won by Donald Thomas in the men's high jump. Now Evans, she also won 2 silvers in the 100 free and the 400 IM, giving her 5 of the 7 medals. The lone bronze medal that was won in the pool as well, courtesy of Aubrey Higgs in the 200 meter breaststroke. Bowling not on the agenda this time around for Team Bahamas at CAC, but Team Bahamas is gearing up for the Pan American Bowling and Federation's PABCON Senior and Super Senior Championships. That's later this month in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
We've been bowling hard for like the last 3 months. Mario's has been giving us 2 nights of free practice every week, so we say thank you very much to Mario's. And most of the team has been committed, working hard, working on our spares. That's the key to victory, is being able to make your spares. The strikes will come. So we're very optimistic about the team and how we're going to perform. So we feel pretty good.
Been coming out just about every practice night, and we've been improving greatly on our bowling and our practice, being more consistent.
I think it's actually within reason to expect at least 1 medal between somewhere in the team, whether it's the senior men, senior women, or the super senior men. We've got some veterans on the team. We've been working hard. Everybody's game is better now than it was, say, 3 months ago, so I think we're primed and ready. Everybody's enthusiastic and optimistic.
I believe this is the very best team the Bahamas has fielded for decades, and we supporting each other. We're looking out for the areas where we can take advantage with each other. We're looking to see where we throw the ball, where we can have a better advantage of bouncing off of each other. The team is doing great, and we expect a medal in this championship coming up.
For all you fight fans out there, you're in for a treat tonight as it marks the return of the Bomac fight card at the Melia Nassau Beach Resort. The main event will feature Bahamian kickboxer Giovanni Mofire Johnson up against Angolan Pedro Kasoma.
I saw some footage on him. He looks pretty decent. So this should be shaping up to be a pretty nice fight. From what I see, his kicks are pretty decent. So I'll be looking out for that. That's pretty much what my camp was centered around, just defending his kicks and keeping him moving backwards.
And that is your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. First at 6 is back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Car insurance, home insurance, marine insurance, this insurance, that insurance. The truth is, you may not like it very much, but you need insurance, and it has to work for you. That's why Summit insurance policies are designed with you and your life in mind, fitting your lifestyle and needs perfectly. So you can rest comfortably knowing that your car, home, boat, and business are well taken care of. Contact our agents at Insurance Management today. Summit Insurance. We peak above all others.
What would you do with your part of $50,000 in cash and prizes? Show your KFC bucket love and get a chance to win your part of $50,000 in cash and prizes. Display your bucket love sticker for a chance to win. You could be one of 10 gold ticket winners with a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize and get started on your bucket list. Stick it to win today. Bucket love. KFC Nassau. It's finger licking good.
You can count on me. Just call me and I'll come.
My first memory of music would have been a performance when everyone was singing the song. The song was drop down and come up slow, and everyone in the crowd was singing. I was amazed. I was in shock.
I did not always want to be a performer, I actually wanted to be a doctor. And when I was on my way to med school, I had this whole epiphany, and I went to Berklee College of Music, and that's when I made the switch.
If I weren't singing, I'd be singing. I love track and field.
Many different things inspire me. It isn't anything specific. It's just, just enjoying the environment. And that's what I think music should be about, being free.
Tap of a button, I'm able to get in contact with persons all the way across the world. Technology acts as that bridge that keeps me connected.
BTC in one word, I would have to say clutch.
Connected. Family.
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 Every day, every day, every day.
Carlton Bowleg. Now that Bahamas residents can fly or cruise free to the Family Islands, what are your summer vacation plans?
Go to North Andros and the Berry Islands.
And there is no better time than now with the 2 Fly or Cruise Free promotion, where all residents of the Bahamas can fly or cruise free to the Family Islands from Nassau. Refresh, reconnect, and unwind in the Family Islands. For details, go to bahamasresidents.com and fly or cruise free to the Family Islands today.
Everybody, I on TV. Look, I on TV. Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Part-time, do you see me? I on television. I gotta tell my girlfriend I on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS. Quick, I on television.
I don't have a TV in here.
We have Wi-Fi though.
We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone. You just have to download the app.
All right, hold on.
Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up before it's over, girl.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Miss I's star now. I still gotta pay.
The Morning Edition is here on the ZNS Television Network, waking up to traffic, weather, news, and developing stories. It's the Morning Edition with your ZNS News team, waking you up.
In news from the region, the Jamaican government invited all board members of agencies under the country's energy portfolio, which former Energy Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley once had charge of. They have been summoned to a meeting next week with Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The Jamaican government has been the subject of allegations of mismanagement and corruption at a number of agencies under the portfolios formerly held by Dr. Wheatley, who resigned from the Cabinet of Jamaica this past Monday. An inquiry has been launched into the use of cameras in Bermuda's parliament after a picture of a member of parliament sleeping in the House of Assembly went viral. Now, it's not known who took the pictures or when they were taken, but the camera angles of some suggested they were taken on the floor of the House of Assembly in Bermuda, while others as though they were taken from the public gallery. And Barbados businessman Charles Herbert resigned as chairman of the Barbados Private Sector Association today. Herbert's resignation comes 1 week after he appeared in court on drug charges. The BPSA thanked Herbert for his invaluable contribution to the association. Barbados' Chamber of Commerce and Industry President Edward Clark will lead the BPSA until a new chairman is elected at the association's annual general meeting in September.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather, the tropics is expected to remain quiet through the weekend, and that tropical wave, which is dumping some showers over parts of the central and northwest Bahamas, moving towards the west and should clear out here within another day or two, but showers on the backside of that will continue to affect parts of the islands into tomorrow morning. Outside of our studios, we are under partly sunny skies, temperature 88 degrees, your relative humidity at 58%. The winds are out of the east-southeast at 12 miles per hour, your barometric pressure 1,018.4 millibars. That is 30.07 inches, and it is steady. That's going to do it for your first look at weather. So stay tuned, more weather is still to come.
Thanks so much, Basil. That does it for First at 6. It's time now for a check on stories making news around the Northern Bahamas.
BUT officials are optimistic about the new school term. The agriculture minister meeting with farmers. and a seafood festival in the East this holiday.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news this evening, in a couple of weeks, schools across Grand Bahama will be reopening for the 2018-2019 school year. A veteran unionist says he is optimistic about the year ahead and is expecting a smooth transition. Area Vice President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers Grand Bahama, Quinton LaRota, optimistic about the year ahead for the educational system in the country. During the same period in 2017, schools on Grand Bahama were still in recovery mode following Hurricane Matthew. This year, however, LaRota says that he is confident that schools will be better prepared for the reopening of the school year.
I see some of the grass and some schools have begun to be cut as they prepare to welcome the students and teachers back for the beginning of the school year. I've also had a conversation with the Minister for Grand Bahama, Mr. Kwesi Thompson, who assured me that everything that's needed to begin the school year in terms of the grounds and repairs will be completed, that they have done the due diligence and the contractors are ready to go. And so I'm pleased and I'm hoping that when September rolls around, everything will be in place.
He adds that he does not solely base his confidence in the physical structures of buildings, but rather the preparedness of teachers.
I look at, once the teachers and the students get back, how functional the school is, because it's a combination of the physical plan, timetabling, adequate staffing, and visionary leadership that provides the direction to accomplish the goals that's needed to get that a successful school year. And so those are my concerns, and I'm happy to see that it seems like we should be on track. If not, then you'll hear from me again.
For years now, the educational system has suffered with a shortage of specialty teachers. At the time of this interview, LaRota says that he is not concerned that this will be an issue for this upcoming school year.
I know that there hasn't been any recruitment from Cuba and those this year, so that will suggest to me that they have adequate individuals to fill those areas in the TNV, and so we just have to look. Sometimes teachers leave late in the summer, and the ministry may not be aware. Sometimes they are aware, and just finding the individual with those expertise may be a difficulty. We have to start as a country preparing our young people from high school to filter into some of those areas that are needed, particularly in the technical and vocational areas. And of course, the union has a task to partner with the government to try to increase the salaries of all teachers so that it becomes attractive enough that you could retain people with those specialty skills.
In just a few weeks, education for Bahamians is expected to be free at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. While on Grand Bahama last week, Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, toured BTVI's facility. He says BTVI has a number of excellent programs, commending the new Information and Communications Technology program for high school students as well. The nation's leader says there is also new policy in place within the public sector for all incoming employees.
Everyone coming into the public sector must now be computer literate, because if we are moving towards a paperless system and if we are moving towards interconnectivity with each agency interconnected with the other, as opposed to each working in silo like we have today, and the disaster we experience today with government efficiency, then everyone must be computer literate. BTVI has a program where the high school students are becoming computer literate, and they would hopefully design a program for us so that we can have all of our public service personnel enter such a program to improve and take us towards the digital era and remove us out of the analog era that we experience today.
In other news, the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources meeting late yesterday with local farmers and producers to outline his vision for agriculture in the country. Topping his agenda, a significant reduction in the annual food import bill. Italia Hall has the details.
Vendors listened as the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Michael Pintard, shared the vision for the farmers market on Grand Bahama. He says his main objectives are to help secure the future of the country as it relates to food security and to look at ways to reduce the amount of items that are being imported into the country. He says when he was in high school, the Bahamas was importing some 80% of food, and today the country still faces the same challenge. He believes it should be a concern for all Bahamians.
What that means essentially is that for every dollar we earn in this country, 80 cents of that dollar is going right back out of the country to purchase the things that you and I consume. Not just food products, but also non-food products. And that is a condition that has to change.
The minister says the farmers market that is in Grand Bahama is not a farmers market, but a straw market with a few fruit and vegetable vendors. He says the ministry will redefine how things are done.
My recommendation and what I'm suggesting is that arrangement not continue. That we begin to look at a different arrangement where what you are producing, and even to that extent, we are producing far less of than what we're selling. We are often selling items that are not necessarily Bahamian products, but I believe it is the role of the government to empower artisans who produce handicraft, who produce souvenirs, so that they're in a position to produce an increasing quantity of authentically made Bahamian products.
Vendor Nancy Dean says she just wants to see more involvement from the ministry going forward and wants to know that someone is actually listening. She says she believes that the minister is going to get the job done.
Many of the vendors didn't show up because they're just so tired of complaining and getting nothing done. But we are grateful that he took time out of his busy schedule to come and see about us, to at least hear our concern, and we're hoping that he's the one to do something about it. As me being a vendor for more than 40 years, I think we have great potentials here in this market, and we're looking forward so that we can go into a larger scale.
Vendor Bert Donkinson says he has no electricity in his booth.
I'm limited. I have to bring everything down to the market each time I come in coolers, and even when I bring my meats and stuff, I have to have it iced down for those particular days. So it's additional cost.
The minister says the ministry's overall goal is to empower and promote Bahamians. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Italia Hall.
Immigration officials arresting 2 Haitian nationals this week for breach of the Immigration Act. A female, Shala Dosas, aged 36, was taken before Deputy Chief Magistrate Debbie Ferguson to answer to the charge of illegal landing. Dosas was unable to prove that she entered the Bahamas legally, initially claiming she did. She eventually pled guilty. She was convicted and ordered deported to Haiti. 46-year-old Sergio Nelson, a Haitian national, also charged with illegal landing. Nelson pled guilty and was ordered by Magistrate Charlton Smith to pay a fine of $300 or serve 1 month behind bars. Nelson was able to pay the fine and then turned over to the Immigration Department to be deported. Nelson claimed that he arrived in the Bahamas illegally by boat about a year ago. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
What if to your household challenges was just around the corner? Like upgrading to rooms to go furniture, landscaping your property, modernizing your kitchen, fixing your plumbing and electrical issues, Ace Paint for your home, television upgrade, and electronics. Tools to simplify household repair, awesome kitchen gadgets and utensils, machines and tools for yard work, outdoor furniture and grilling supplies. You've got challenges? Dolly Madison's got the solutions.
Come on down now.
From the Bahamas, sun, sand, and sea. A lot of activities, but for you and me. come right down to this place and we call it KFC. KFC the big cheese. We got the big cheese. KFC the big cheese. We got the big cheese. No one can beat us at anything we do. Sports, arts, soccer, dynamics, even junk for news. We got the best features, even the best food. I already tell you, that's just how we do. KFC the big cheese. We got the big cheese. KFC the big cheese. We got the big cheese.
Purchase a Big Chief meal today and receive 2 Big Chief collectible cups at all KFC restaurants in Freeport.
Be a part of the Down Home experience at Southfest on Saturday, August 4th from 5 p.m. until at St. Vincent de Paul School Grounds in Hunters.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Everybody, I on TV. Look, I on TV. Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Bartender, do you see me? I on television. I gotta tell my girlfriend I on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS. Quick, I'm on television.
I don't have a TV in here.
We have Wi-Fi though.
We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone. You just have to download the app.
All right, hold on.
Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up before it's over there.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Miss I's a star now. I still gotta pay.
Stay informed on your local weather forecast this 2018 hurricane season. Your #1 news station, the ZNS Television Network. We've got you covered. Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Rotaract Club of Freeport now has a new leader at the helm. Tonight, the newest president outlines her plans to grow the service organization during her term in office. The Rotaract Club is a worldwide service organization for young adults interested in professional development, leadership, and community service. The club recently elected and installed a new board led by President Kiara Jones.
It's basically Rotary in action. So we're professionals in our community from age 18 to 35, like I said, and it surrounds the 3 pillars of Rotary for us, which is service, fellowship, and professional development. And so what we do, we're young professionals in our community that are trying to leave it better than we basically received it. We do professional development. We're currently working on our own program now on island.
The club puts high emphasis on giving back to the community. Jones shares some of her plans she hopes to execute during her term.
We're implementing some newer service projects. We're looking at a few and trying to figure out how feasible they are. The first being possibly trying to adopt a local park and in the Lucaya area, and also working on implementing a food service project where we can go monthly and find a place where we can set up a food bank and provide hot meals to different areas.
Now, if you are between the ages of 18 and 35, Jones says this is the perfect way to network with persons nationally and internationally.
I personally found that I've made some of my closest friends in Rotaract, people that I would have never met before. It's a great way to get in touch with your community. I used to think of myself as someone who was in touch and understood what was happening and the different social ills that we had. But Rotaract just gave me a completely new perspective, and also it's networking, it's engaging with different people that you probably would not be able to meet. It's a really important year for us as Bahamians to be involved in Rotary and Rotaract because the RI president, Rotary International's president, is a Bahamian, right from Nassau. Amazing guy, and he has a lot of potential, I think, to do a lot of good in our world. So I think it's a good year to join Rotaract.
If you are interested in joining, Rotaract Club of Freeport meets every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. at Geneva's Place.
Descendants of Jamaica who are living on Grand Bahama are getting ready for a big celebration in recognition of Jamaica's independence. They are calling it One Weekend, 3 events. For Jamaicans on Grand Bahama, it is a way of giving residents a taste of Jamaica.
At home, they would do an ecumenical service to commemorate our accomplishment. But here in Grand Bahama, we do just a worship service.
The theme for this year Independence in Jamaica is One Love, One Family. And essentially that will also be the theme of my message, just to try and bring our Jamaican community closer together as we celebrate this time of the year, another year of independence.
Assistant Minister Dudley Francis says he will focus on the Jamaican theme and adds that the committee plans to include Grand Bahamians in the festivities.
I'll reflect back on what makes us so great as a people, Jamaican people. You know, we are all throughout the world, I believe in every culture, in every sphere that we have been in, we have made a significant impact, and Grand Bahama is no different.
Jamaica celebrates its 56th anniversary of independence on August 6th. The High Rock community celebrating with a seafood festival this August Monday holiday. Chairman of the event, Pastor Pedersen Ballou, says it originated 12 years ago to help develop the community. This year, they will be honoring a resident who has helped with the development of that district.
This year, we give thanks to God. He's good. We are honoring one of the founding member in the person of Ezekiel Pender, Boy Pender, one of the hierarchy of the High Rock area, one who fought, one of the patriarch who been there, who worked in the community over many years from the Board of Works time up to now.
Ballou says the cultural fest gets underway at noon on Monday and will showcase a number of native dishes and Bahamian-made games and activities that incorporate everything from the sea.
And now that the crawfish season open and everybody will come together, the vendors will be selling Bahamian food, will be on sale, and of course everybody will come, both young and old, will be able to participate and enjoy the cultural event here in High Rock. And we also have a grand gospel concert on the 5th, featuring various choirs and Shekinah, Robert Sisters, community choir will come together and are benefiting, showing honor to Ezekiel Pender, one of the founding members of the High Rock Seafest Association.
A whole lot of activities are planned for this Emancipation holiday weekend, among them the first Mega Move Conference. Founder of Gospel Nation, Eliezer Charles, says they plan to give back to the community of Grand Bahama, whether it's something spiritual or tangible. He says they want to empower God's people to be an earthly vessel.
I am, when you hear I am represents God, that whatever situation that you're dealing with, He is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we ask or think. And as young people, we always be placed in the back burner, and we're never to the forefront to really show our talent or how can we be successful as businessmen or women. So this conference is here to empower us and also to take us a relief of the hurricanes and storms that Grand Bahama or Grand Bahamians had faced it over the past few years and months.
The Mega Move Conference is currently underway and will climax on Sunday with a grand gospel concert at Jubilee Cathedral at 7 p.m.
The course of the next few days that are to come, I'm excited about what God is going to deposit in Freeport. I'm excited about what's to come. I believe that God is hearing, or he would have heard the prayers that the people of God would have presented before him. I'm excited for this mega move. It is needed. This is something that will bridge the gap more so between the older generation and the younger generation. I am excited that it is our winning season and I Am is here.
I don't expect there to be any drop in the atmosphere of worship that's going to take place at Jubilee Cathedral on Sunday night. I expect pure worship, but I also expect pure edification of the body of Christ, that people will not come in and just be entertained. You will not just get the norm. You're going to get a dynamic move of the Spirit where persons, I believe, will leave truly impacted by the ministry of these awesome lineup of leaders, worship leaders and artists that we have on Sunday night.
The Regency Theater is still looking to the public for financial support. Operators hope to raise $100,000, or otherwise they say the Performing Arts Center could be closing its doors. Javon Hunt is among the many performers requesting public assistance.
I wanted to get more involved in the local arts scene because I wanted to sing more. And so, I only had experience singing in church. And so I said, you know what, I need to get out here. And so I came in and auditioned for Sulin McCrae's play, The Music Man. And I came and, shaking and scared and all that stuff because I didn't think that, I'm like, ain't nobody coming here. But, it was a good experience for me. I learned a lot about stage presence. Need an outlet. Some people, their outlet is basketball, sports. A lot of folks, their outlet is music and theater. And so this is very important for the next generation coming up. You have a whole lot of kids coming out of school, as evidenced by the content that they're placing online, it's a lot of creativity out there. So this is their breeding ground. And so if we can get folks to come in here and help and donate to keep this AC on, because y'all know it hot, to just come and donate. And, it really is a good cause. It helps all of us. It helped me, and it'll help someone coming up.
Follow me, follow me, mercy, follow me, mercy, 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 mercy.
Every little bit helps. If you donate $1, it helps. $1 times 100 people, that's already $100. Give what you could afford to give, because it's necessary. It helps.
And once again, 603-GIVE is the number to call if you wish to donate. And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
And welcome. Today I would like to continue the discussion of heat-related conditions. There are 3 of them that can affect us if we are not careful. These include heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. Heat exhaustion may develop suddenly or over time, especially with prolonged periods of exercise. Possible heat exhaustion signs and symptoms include cool, moist skin with goosebumps when in the heat, heavy sweating, faintness, dizziness, fatigue, weak rapid pulse rate, low blood pressure upon standing, muscle cramps, nausea, or headaches. If you think you're experiencing heat exhaustion, stop all activity and rest. Move to a cooler place and drink cool water or a sports drink. Contact your doctor if your signs or symptoms worsen or they don't improve within 1 hour. Seek immediate medical attention if your body temperature reaches 104 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. If you have other questions on one of these heat-related conditions, please email AskDrBahamas@gmail.com. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away, a check of sports is up next.
Be sure and drop by the newly expanded Dollar Deals and Food Mart on Settlers Way for all your groceries, fresh produce, deli items, and party supplies. Dollar Deals and Food Mart, new and improved.
We've raised the stakes. We've raised the bar. We've raised the standard. Your new entertainment playground. Winners take chances. Chances makes winners. Chances remind you to game responsibly.
It's back to school and back to school savings at Bellevue Business Depot. For all of your back to school and teacher supplies, they have it all at an extra 20% off retail price. Crayons, glue, markers, crayon pencils, backpack, character bags, meat notebooks, and teacher supplies for the classroom, and much, much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the backpack bundles for preschool, primary school, and high school, loaded with all the supplies you need for back to school. Teachers get your first 8-foot Butcher Fadeless paper free when you purchase a minimum of 10 feet, as well as additional discounts at the Coffee Center. All at Bellevue Business Depot, located on Queens Highway.
Topping sports, some disappointing news in fast pitch softball. Jay Philippe has the details.
Grand Bahama Amateur Softball Association postponed its inaugural men and ladies fast pitch invitational tournament. The tournament was scheduled for this weekend at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex Softball Park and ended Sunday night with the Home Run Derby. Chairman of the Fast Pitch Association, Desmond Dean, said he had no choice but to postpone the tournament.
We have made several pleas to the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture to assist us in that effort, but we have yet to receive any assistance in that regard.
Desmond said that the association went as far as requesting donations from persons within the community to assist in mowing the field. In addition, the only other assistance came from players in the association and kids of the executive team who offered to help maintain the field even on short notice. The association expressed their displeasure with the condition of the field and the surrounding area.
I think this is kind of ridiculous. We are committed to keeping softball alive here, but there's only so much we can do. We have the passion and the work ethics to go ahead and make this happen, but we need the government to step in to ensure that the upkeep of the facility is done in a timely fashion.
Chairman of the association, Desmond Dean, says the tournament had to be postponed until further notice. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I'm Jay Philippe.
Now, we reached out to the local sports office, but we were advised to contact the director of sports, Tim Munnings. We tried calling the sports director, but our calls were not returned. That's going to do it for sports on this Friday evening.
More Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
Business owners are excited about ZNS Northern Service Storm Central Hurricane packages because advertising rates are discounted up to 50%. That's right, get 50% off advertising packages this hurricane season from now through November 30th. Call our sales department at 351-3430 or 352-9713 and book your advertising package today.
Influenza.
And on behalf of the entire team, we'd like to wish a very special happy birthday to Mistress Lanika Russell and sportscaster Rumiko Knowles. Don't go away, the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report. Light at the end of the tunnel. Plans announced for a new power plant for BPL. Police officer faces drug charges. And find out which government building is coming down. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm Kishla Adderley. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping the news tonight, after years of system faults, blackouts, and recurring summer load shedding, it was announced today that the Bahamas Power and Light Company will, within the next 2 years, have a new power plant in place. Works Minister Desmond Bannister says it will mean a more efficient system and lower electricity bills for consumers. Here's DeAndre Williamson.
Within 2 years, Bahamians can expect a new power generation plant at Clifton. Minister of Works Desmond Bannister announcing that Bahamas Power and Light will soon sign a critical agreement with Shell for this project.
Shell is a world leader in the provision of fuel. They will build, own, and operate a 270 megawatt plant that we expect will provide reliable power generation. At the site, the government is cleaning up the massive spills of oil that have polluted Clifton for decades.
The announcement came during the Bahamas Hotel and Tourism Association Board of Directors and membership meeting. Bannister says the new generation plant will decrease the cost of power and enhance fuel diversification.
The newly proposed generation plant will be the state-of-the-art with the best-in-class efficiencies for single-cycle power generation. The new facility will not only modernize BPL's fleet, but with newer technology will provide higher energy conservation and efficiencies when compared with existing assets.
In addition, BPL has other plans to improve reliability and reduce electricity costs. Among them, the incorporation of liquefied natural gas into the generation mix.
The proposed plan will bring fuel diversity, remove price volatility that is currently seen from having a generation of mixes that is 100% based on fossil fuel. With the introduction of tri-fuel generation, which will be LNG, diesel, and heavy fuel oil, BPL will have the flexibility of selecting its fuel based on any number of reasons, including market price.
As for the Family Islands, Bannister says they have the ideal environment to foster small-scale renewable generation. He adds that this emerging technology will be embraced to assist in the development and modernization of the country's energy infrastructure. The Casamina tree is being considered.
One very promising initiative worthy of mention is a project that will seek to provide 10 megawatts of biomass fuel, by the way, by use of the invasive Casuarina tree, which I hinted at. That will supply power to the both residential and business community in North and Central Andros. This initiative is intended to spur crop and livestock production and will be executed under the provisions of the Electricity Act 2015.
Family Islands will also benefit from new generation capacity, lightning protection, and coordination studies.
We're doing these coordination studies to ensure that we will know, BPL will know, where power is off, where it's on, and we will have the experts, the transmission experts, who are going to ensure that we are able to address these issues.
For ZNS Network News, I'm DeAndre Williamson.
Long-awaited relief to residents will also trickle down to the valuable tourist dollars. Tourism stakeholders attending the Bahamas Hotel and Tourism Association Board of Directors and membership meeting welcome the news.
That can reduce the cost of energy in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas makes us a much more competitive destination. We have everything that it takes to be successful, but these impediments to growth, you remove them or you reduce them. And we will see an exponential growth, I am sure, not only in development of new tourism products, but also in terms of the reduction of costs. Hopefully that will be passed on to consumers, that will enable all our hoteliers to do even more with properties, with programs, and so this is exciting news.
Electricity has been perhaps one of the most burdensome costs, not only for our sector, but for the country in general. And the capital improvements will realize significant savings once implemented and once the plans have been modernized. It will have a tremendous impact on properties being able to have additional funds available to do other things and other improvements to their respective properties. This is a welcome announcement, long overdue, and we look forward to and support the government in this initiative.
Well, tourism officials are celebrating the latest arrival figures. While addressing the BHTA annual meeting today, Tourism Minister, the Honorable Dionisio de Aguilar, revealed that tourism arrivals are up with record numbers at the Lynden Pinling International Airport. Minister de Aguilar says the industry is healthy and the Ministry of Tourism is focused on its marketing efforts for continued growth.
Obviously the growth in our sector is a function of a number of items, specifically three. Number one, the U.S. economy is doing exceptionally well. Unemployment is at a record low, and incomes are rising as a result, and so people have disposable income. 80% of our foreign visitors come from the United States. So as a result, I think we're doing well. Secondly, Bahama has come on stream with 2,300 plus rooms as they bring that up on stream. And so that's creating a wonderful opportunity for us to grow our stopover visitors, which, as you know, spend 20 times more than our cruise passengers.
Minister de Aguilar has identified as the third reason for tourism success the collaboration between agencies which market the Bahamas.
I know that the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board and the Ministry of Tourism have collaborated a lot more, and we're beginning to focus on the fact that a lot of our visitors purchase their vacations online. So we have found that 67% of people purchase their vacations online, and so we are going to the Expedias and the Travelocities and the online booking agencies to drive home our message.
Not surprisingly, there are a few hiccups with the implementation of value-added tax-free breadbasket items, which consumers have taken note of. Today, a sign was posted in a Phoenix supermarket in Coral Harbor advising consumers that the VAT exemption would not be applied until later on next week, and consumers took to social media to air their grievances about it. Well, ZNS News spoke with the store's assistant manager, Manlin Wu, who told us that Ministry of Finance is aware of a system problem the store is currently experiencing. The ministry subsequently gave them until August 9th, that's about 1 week from now, to iron out the problems. However, Wu says the store's technical team expects to have the issue resolved by tomorrow. That exemption on breadbasket items took effect on August 1st. Well, ZNS News spoke with Financial Secretary Marlon Johnson. We asked him what consumers should do where there are violations or discrepancies.
First of all, the first recourse certainly could be to the Consumer Protection Department of the government. So that's one area they can. But if it's a specific VAT-related matter, they can feel free to contact the Department of Inland Revenue or even the Ministry of Finance to report anything that they believe to be anomalous. So far, nothing has come to my office specifically, but I imagine that customers may have been making complaints directly to the Department of Inland Revenue or to the Customer Protection Division.
Well, still ahead tonight, a police officer facing drug possession charges. And get your Emancipation Day goodies in Fox Hill, courtesy of BAIC this weekend. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, your news leader.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Shell, fueling journeys that matter. Summer promotion.
Get ready! Commonwealth Bank wants to make this your best summer ever. Get the loan you need at a special discount this summer only. Cash for your best vacation, best laughs, best memories. And want to know the best part? You could win a trip for 4. So don't wait. The discount ends soon. Talk to us today about your best summer ever loan. Approval is fast and easy. Conditions apply.
You can count on me. Just call me and I'll come.
My first memory of music would have been a performance when everyone was singing the song. The song was drop down and come up slow, and everyone in the crowd was singing. I was amazed. I was in shock.
I did not always want to be a performer, I actually wanted to be a doctor. And when I was on my way to med school, I had this whole epiphany, and I went to Berklee College of Music, and that's when I made the switch.
If I weren't singing, I'd be singing. I love track and field.
Many different things inspire me. It isn't anything specific. It's just, just enjoying the environment. And that's what I think music should be about, being free.
Tap of a button, I'm able to get in contact with persons all the way across the world. Technology acts as that bridge that keeps me connected.
BTC in one word, I would have to say clutch.
Connected. Family.
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 Every day, every day, every day.
Summer is here, and it's the time of year we love getting together with family and friends. And nothing shows your love more than one of KFC's new buckets. KFC's Bucket Love is all about our freshly prepared chicken, delicious sides, and hot buttery biscuits, starting at just $20. KFC, it's finger looking good.
Now, Vanessa, you look stressed out.
Girl, listen, I here on my little piece of lunch break trying to pay these bills. I gotta go head to BTC, then I gotta go fly to BEC, and then I gotta go swim to Water and Switch.
Girl, look, save your time and your gas, all right? Make one stop.
How? Take your backside to Cash and Go. You pay all 3 of the bills one time. It's one line, one place, with a bunch of locations. You think I should go now?
Vanessa, you ain't reached yet? Cash and Go. Fast, free, convenient. Call 322-CASH for more information.
Bonaventure Medical Laboratory is offering special student discounts for back to school. Lab physicals, $45. Results for all student physical lab tests are available within 24 hours. Bonaventure Medical Laboratory staff are friendly and courteous. Have a difficult vein? Not a problem. Their specialty is with difficult veins. Bonaventure Medical Laboratory, East Avenue, Centerville. Special student discounts for back to school. Lab physicals, $45. Open Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Telephone 328-3518.
What is a promise? A promise fulfilled can mean so much. A bond, a commitment, a vow. It's a yes in a world of maybes. We made a promise to you, and we delivered. Our superfast LTE network is now on every island. And every day we invest in local communities and technology so we can deliver the best of everything to you. Our promise is our guarantee. And now we promise our best is yet to come. Alive. Believe in best.
Over the Hill is a place that Salem Union Baptist Church is making an impact upon. We see the results of it in terms of resolution of criminal activity and also the positivity of the people that live here. And so we look forward to this partnership with the government. Thank you.
The proceeding was brought to you courtesy of the Over the Hill project.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
A police constable is facing drug charges. Mario Newbold appeared before a magistrate today charged with possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply and conspiracy to possess dangerous drugs with the intent to supply. It's alleged that on August 2nd, Newbold was found in possession of cocaine. He was arrested at the Lynden Pinling International Airport after disembarking a flight on Tuesday. He has denied the charges. No bail was granted and he's been remanded into custody. He's due back in court November 28th. Also from the courts tonight, Alvin Morrison also facing drug possession charges. He's accused of possession of Indian hemp. Police allege that he was found with 70 pounds of the drugs on Thursday at a home in Seabreeze on Tuesday, rather. He pleaded not guilty to the charge and was remanded into custody. He's also due back in court on November 28th for trial. Well, adherence to harvest control rules could mean fetching a better market price for craw fishermen. Acting Director of Marine Resources Edison Delaveau says the Bahamas Marine Exporters Association is leading the charge in ensuring that those rules are being adhered to.
Most markets are now asking that we certify that our activity involving certain resources is done sustainably. And what we have had to do is to certify through research that our resources, in this case lobsters, are being harvested sustainably. That is the first step to be accredited an eco-label. I'm happy to report that the information coming from the BMEA is that we have surpassed the criteria for that label. And with that label, what it means is that we get the premier price for that commodity in the market. Without that label, we can see a drastic reduction in what Bahamian fishers are used to receiving.
Well, get your Emancipation Day goodies in Fox Hill courtesy of BAIC this weekend. That's the spot for the next Bahamas Agriculture and Industrial Corporation pop-up market. The pop-up farmers market will endow Fox Hill with fresh Bahamian-made fruits and vegetables at affordable prices on Saturday starting at 8 a.m. and going until 3 o'clock. It'll be centered at the Foxville Parade. And just in case you thought it was all about edibles, Chairman Michael Fogue says there is much more that you can feast your eyes on.
As BAIC supports entrepreneurs in the handicraft sector, we encourage you to support our artisans by purchasing straw shopping bags, which are extremely durable and biodegradable. But more importantly, they are produced from Bahamian-grown products, created by our artisans, sold here, and enhancing our domestic economy.
Member of Parliament for the Fox Hill constituency, Chanel Ferguson, expressed that the Bahamas is capable of moving from food dependence to independence.
During the debate on the Over the Hill initiative, one of the things I talked about, because it's something that I just learned, that in Fox Hill, there was a tomato farm for export. We were exporting tomatoes to Canada years back. And I think it might have been the 50s or 60s. So why can't we do it on that scale today? And I know competition worldwide is big, but we can certainly do it on a smaller scale, boutique scale. But to get straight to the point, it's all about Fox Hill tomorrow. We want you to come, have a unique experience that you can only have in Fox Hill.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
I'm Janine Bethel, and this is your Royal Fidelity Weekly Market Wrap. In market activity this week, a total of 55,435 shares traded on BISX, a decline from last week's volume of 542,809 shares. Commonwealth Bank Limited and Kalina Holdings Limited contributed to 46% and 27% of this week's volumes. The week ended with 2 advancers and 2 decliners. Advancers were FarmGuard Limited, closing at $6.21 per share, and Commonwealth Bank Limited, closing at $3.74 per share. Bank of the Bahamas and Cable Bahamas Limited both declined in share price, closing at $1 and $2.96 respectively. Focal shareholders will receive an ordinary dividend payment of 2 cents per share on August 10th. Emera will also be issuing a dividend on August 15th. Second quarter unaudited financial statements have been released for both First Caribbean International Bank and Benchmark Bahamas Limited. Bahamas Waste Limited also released their first quarter financials. An annual general meeting of shareholders for FarmGuard Limited will be held this coming Thursday, August 9th, at the Family Guardian Financial Center, East Bay and Church Streets. The meeting begins at 4 p.m. Here's your well tip for the week. Having good credit is important because, believe it or not, you save more, and you can make your financial life easier. Aspire to improve and maintain good credit habits, which can lead to better leverage when negotiating lower interest rates on credit cards and consumer loans, as well as improving your chances of landing a home. Think of good credit in this way. If a new company wants to raise money by issuing bonds to you, the investor, and agrees to pay you a particular interest rate every year, wouldn't you be a little skeptical and require a higher interest paid from this new company, as opposed to one that has been around for years, having issued and repaid debt over and over again? The same thing applies to the individual with no credit history that walks into a financial institution and wants a loan. Good credit helps you to qualify for better interest rates. And for the younger amongst us, responsible credit use at an early age can build strong credit history that helps to get your adult life off to a healthy financial start. I'm Janine Bethel, and this has been your Royal Fidelity Weekly Market Wrap.
We've all got plans for our golden years. Unfortunately for many, this may just be wishful thinking. To generate an annual income in retirement of $70,000 for 20 years at a rate of return of 5%, with inflation running at 3%, requires more than $1.1 million. So how do you save that much money? Many companies provide a group pension plan to help their employees by deducting an amount each month from their pay to contribute to the plan. Personal Pension Plan, or PPP, is similar to a group plan, but offered only to individuals. These plans offer many of the same benefits and features. Contact us for more information on pensions.
At Outback Marathon Mall, there are no rules, and that's just right. We are the tasty and affordable choice for both indoor and outdoor dining, watching the big game on big screens, or just having a few with friends at the bar. Our friendly staff at Outback love to make your family dinners, lunch meetings, hangouts, and birthday celebrations a blooming good time. Dine in, take out, or have us bring Outback to your event with just a call. At Outback, there are no rules, and that's just right.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
The Bahamas Brass Band putting on a stellar performance in Chattanooga, Tennessee at the biblical theme park called Field of Woods. The band is part of the huge delegation attending the Church of God of Prophecy's 100th International Assembly. It's a major milestone for the church, where delegates from 135 countries are attending sessions held under the theme Cover the Earth. We talked to National Overseer Bishop Franklin Ferguson.
We've been meeting in International Presbyters meeting for the last 4 days, and of course we work under appointment, and I have been under appointment over the last 8-9 years, and this year I'm starting a new appointment as a member of the review board for the International Presbyters and the General Presbyters. I'll be serving on that board from the Bahamas, and of course we have another member of our board who serves on the Finance and Stewardship Committee, Bishop Nathaniel Benamy, and other persons who serve in various capacities. But we thank God that the Bahamas is well represented. The Church of God of Prophecy is a church that embraces all languages, cultures, races, and creeds, and we come together as one people to do what God has called us to do.
Officials at the Bahamas Red Cross Society are looking to raise at least $100,000 with the 45th annual Grand Raffle, which was launched just outside Kelly's Home Center this morning. Store owner Nancy Kelly stressed the need for Bahamians to support the cause, as the nonprofit organization is responsible for several outreach programs, including its Meals on Wheels, school milk scheme, and the after-school mentoring program, all designed to help the less fortunate. She got the ball rolling to purchasing the first tickets, buying $50 worth of her own.
Meals on Wheels delivers approximately 150 cooked meals in Nassau and 50 meals in Freeport each week For this, they have to buy about $100,000 worth of food a year. They tutor kids, younger kids that need help. And at this tutoring program, they also feed them a snack. They have about 250 walk-ins every month that people in real need that can't find food. And they donate about $65 worth of basic food to these people to take home to their families. I feel that the general public needs to give more money and the corporate citizens to this very worthwhile organization that helps so many people in need.
Now, the $100,000 figure reportedly covers only about 1/6 of the Red Cross's annual expenses. 3 of the country's beauty queens are also joining in the Red Cross's effort. The grand prize is a fully loaded 2018 red Suzuki and 1 year of free insurance. The raffle will be drawn on Saturday, September 29th at 6 p.m. at Solomon Supercenter, East-West Highway. Past President Lady Igwid Darling is urging all who can help to chip in.
The Red Cross has been losing on our fundraising efforts in a big way. You look at the fair that we had, it's a lot of work, and we did not get the kind of revenue that we thought. So now you have the raffle. We can make up for the fair. Please come and buy the tickets for the car. We're depending on you. You've heard of all of our programs, and like everything else in the world, when prices goes up, then our work takes more money to do the same jobs we've been doing for years.
The Nassau Village community held its 2nd annual academic summer camp graduation, which shaped the young minds of Nassau Village, teaching them godly principles, academics from a hands-on approach, and manners from the foundation of good character. Member of Parliament for the Nassau Village constituency, the Honorable Halson Mutri, had a simple yet powerful message for the future leaders.
Your grace and mercy brought us through. We're living this moment because of you. I am satisfied. I am convinced. I am inspired by today that something good is coming out of the Nassau Village constituency. The only question is now whether you believe in yourself.
12-year-old Sheldon Dickinson says the campus taught her that she has leadership ability.
Well, my experience growing up in Nassau Village, there were those ecstatic times and there were those gloomy times, but the impact, the camp, it has made a remarkable impact on me, because now I feel as though there is hope, there are better goods that could come out of the students of Nassau Village.
Well, that does it for this segment of news. Stay tuned, though. We have the weather still to go and a check of sports with Jonathan Benson. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, your news leader.
Shell is taking you on an exciting journey with its summer promotion. Now through September 14th, enter for your chance to win a brand new 2018 Toyota Yaris. Just make a minimum purchase of $20 worth of fuel from any Shell service station in Nassau. Answer the skill question on the entry form and submit. The grand prize will be drawn on September 14th. Other weekly prizes include free fuel vouchers and VIP packages to see Jay-Z and Beyonce live in concert August 31st at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. For more info, visit their Facebook page at Sun Oil Bahamas.
Independence Day, sunny days, regattas, and homecomings are all a part of Bahamian summers, as are the weekly specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Feliz Ready Cut Macaroni 400-gram box, 99 cents. Whole chicken wings, $1.59 per pound. Kraft salad dressings, 8-ounce bottle, 2 for $3. Joy Dish Liquids, 30-ounce size, $2.99. Sweet cherries, $3.99 per pound. Carolina Pride ham, 10-ounce size, $2.99. Bahamian and proud, that's Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
All right, it's time for a check of your weekend weather. Basil, what does Mother Nature have in store for us as we prepare to celebrate Emancipation Day?
Well, before we get to Monday, it was a steamy day today. The heat index got up to about 105 degrees today. 91 was the actual temperature, and when you combine that with a pretty high relative humidity of around 83%, it was really steamy and muggy out there today. And right now, we're going to take a look at temperatures around the Family Islands, and they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We are protecting you. 88 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Toll Key in Abaco at 88, Marsh Harbor at 87, taking you into the Berry Islands, 84 degrees. Allenstown, Bimini also reporting 84 degrees at this hour. Here in the capital, the mercury column got up to 86 degrees, 83 in Harbor Island, Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 84, Alderstown, Cat Island, also at 84. We pick up some more 84s as we go into Staniel Key, that's in the Exuma chain, Kemp Space on Andros, Fresh Creek in Central Andros, all at 84. More 84s in San Salvador and Rum Key, Georgetown, Exuma, 1 degree lower at 83 degrees. In Crooked Island, 83. That extends right over into Betsy Bay, Maguana. Clarencetown, Long Island, 83. Acklands, 83 as well. Also Acklands, by the way, they report in 83. As we go into Matsutown, Inagua, a little warmer there at 84. The Turks and Caicos Island, Grand Turks at 83 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. In the northwestern parts of our country tonight, you can expect east to southeast winds. They're going to be around 12 to 18 knots. Wave heights 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. So if you're on the open ocean, we're asking you to exercise some caution in the northwest Bahamas tonight. The high tide that will take place at 16 minutes past midnight for the central and southeastern islands tonight. A more easterly flow that is from the east at 15 to 20 knots. Caution flags are up. Very choppy seas in the central and southeastern islands, around 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. And near those showers and thunderstorms that will occur in parts of the central Bahamas near that tropical wave, you can expect gusty winds in excess of 30 knots near showers and thunderstorms. And as we take you into Saturday, east to southeast winds. This is for the northwestern islands. Wave heights 3 to 6 feet and the speeds around 12 to 18 knots for those winds. Low tide will occur at 6:37 in the morning and your high tide at 12:58 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands on Saturday, a zonal flow, that is winds from the east at 15 to 20 knots, rough seas once again at 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. So we're asking boaters to continue to exercise caution in the central and southeastern islands. And then into Sunday, as you start your worship day, easterly winds in the northwestern islands. The winds will be coming down quite nicely, 10 to 15 knots, so we will drop those caution flags for you in the northwestern part of the country. Wave heights reducing 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Low tide will occur at 7:29, that's in the morning. High tide at 1:57 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands on Sunday, the winds also decreasing to 12 to 18 knots. They've been 15 to 20 knots all week long, and finally we're getting them down to 12 to 18 knots. Out of the east, wave heights subsiding 3 to 6 feet over the ocean, but we will continue to keep that caution flag in place for the boaters in the central and southeastern islands on Sunday. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It is time now for your travel forecast, and your travel forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your travel forecast, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is coming up in about 22 minutes.
Welcome to Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Insect-borne diseases are viral and bacterial illnesses from insect or bug bites. The most common insects that pass on disease are mosquitoes, sandflies, ticks, and fleas. For example, mosquitoes are known for spreading the virus, malaria, dengue, and yellow fever. Symptoms will vary depending on the type of insect that has bitten you. Common symptoms of insect-borne diseases can include fever, chills, headache, sore muscles, skin rash, nausea, stomach pain. There are many actions you can take to reduce the threat of being infected by an insect, including stay out of tall grass and bushes, avoid keeping open containers of water around the yard where mosquitoes can breed, dress in long pants, long sleeves, and a hat if you must be in tall grass and bushes, tuck your pants into long white socks. Wear light-colored clothing. This makes it easier to spot the insects. Use bug spray that contains the ingredient DEET, such as OFF. Pay attention to outbreaks through the CDC's travel health notices. If you can, avoid travel to those places during outbreaks. If you have any of the symptoms listed, see your doctor. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
Move forward, Bahamas, and build high into the sky. Move upward and colorize those new walls. Move onward and build a garden to last a lifetime. Move together and settle into that new home. There's a lot of places you can do it for yourself, but there's one place to do it right. Builders Mall. We know exactly what motto you live by, and even the pros know building is just a part of what we do. So move forward, Bahamas. And remember, you can find it all at Builders Mall.
Debit card, you can be in the know right now. Turn on notifications for your Visa card from CIBC First Caribbean, and you will know every time your card is used. CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
What would you do with your part of $50,000 in cash and prizes? Show your KFC bucket love and get a chance to win your part of $50,000 in cash and prizes. Display your bucket love sticker for a chance to win. You could be one of 10 gold ticket winners with a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize and get started on your bucket list. Stick it to win today. Bucket love. KFC Nassau. It's finger licking good.
Life happens, and when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today, or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan, or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
The Morning Edition is here on the ZNS Television Network, waking up to traffic, weather, news, and developing stories. It's the Morning Edition with your ZNS News team, waking you up.
Business owners are excited about ZNS Northern Service Storm Central Hurricane packages because advertising rates are discounted up to 50%. That's right, get 50% off advertising packages this hurricane season from now through November 30th. Call our sales department at 351-3430 or 352-9713 and book your advertising package today.
What amazing idea to go into the communities and into our world and into our country and into the homes of people and into the lives of outstanding and extraordinary people all over the country. I think that telling those stories, again, helps us to connect to the notion of okay, how can I live a better life? How can I be better? This is how this person achieved it. Where can I find common ground so that my life can match up as well? And so Ordinary People is an amazing, amazing concept, and I'm excited to be a part of the Ordinary People family.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Team Bahamas closing out competition yesterday, the 23rd edition of the Central American and Caribbean Games going on in Colombia. Our men's national basketball team playing for 5th and 6th place against the Mexican side, which beat them earlier in the tournament. Mexico led by 4 after 1, 26-22, increased that advantage at the half to 49-41. It was 72-60 after 3, and Mexico would go on to beat the 2-4-2 once again, a final of 90-76. Kentuan Smith, one of only 2 Bahamians in double figures. He tallied a double-double, 21 points and 11 rebounds. Michael Furley-Bain added 12 points. With the loss, the Bahamas finishes 6th with a record of 1-4, that lone win coming against the U.S. Virgin Islands. On to track now. Kaiwan Culmer contesting the men's triple jump yesterday. He ended up 6th, soaring 53 feet, 3 1/4 inches.
Off pretty slow. My first 3 jumps was, I guess I wasn't really feeling it, but then when I found out I made the finals, then I got more hype, got more ready, and then it started to pick up, but it's some things I got to work on that'll take me from, one level to the next in my jumping, and it was just like ruining me the whole time.
For a look at the rest of the competition for Team Bahamas yesterday, we now swing it over to Kelsey Johnson.
It's not the type of performance Team Bahamas is used to when it comes to the 4x400 meter relay event. The quartet running out of lane 4 for the Bahamas, Michael Matthew, Stephen Newbold, Ken Thompson, and Alonzo Russell finished 5th in a time of 3 minutes 7.31 seconds. Matthew ran a strong first leg for Team Bahamas.
I think it was pretty cut overall. I feel like we could do a little bit better. I think that's definitely our slowest time for the whole year. But I think overall it was okay. It wasn't as good as it could have been.
Newbold was the second runner. He believed Team Bahamas could have posted a better time and had an even better performance if they weren't held in the waiting room or on the track while a medal presentation was going on.
I would say the whole team was cold, We still did our best, but they had us waiting for 15 minutes after we had already warmed up. I just don't know what to say. We put our heart into it, y'all, but it just was a bad showing due to event coordination.
Do you think Team Bahamas could have done better if everything was working out smoothly?
Way better. They won with 303. We ran 301 in April. It's August now. We were ready to go under 3 minutes. But just because they had us waiting for almost a whole hour. We're not used to that. We used to getting warmed and then bam. That's poor event coordination.
Senior runner Michael Matthew agreed that the wait period was long, but noted that the team had not ran together in a couple of months.
We really want to make no excuses because all of us was in the same boat. And I think for sure if we didn't get hold so long, then I think that we would have done a little bit better.
The Bahamas women's tennis team was served 2 straight match losses by Guatemala, who went on to win the bronze medal for the National Cup tie. Danielle Thompson came back and won the second set in her singles match against Maria Morales, who later prevailed with a 3-6, 6-3, and 6-love score.
I guess I was, so anxious and, so ready. I saw the finish line before it was even there. I tried to still leave everything out there, to help it make it easier on Kerri when she goes on the court. But I know I'm proud of myself. I gave it my all, and I did the best I could.
The Bahamas was in a must-win situation. Kerri Cartwright squared off with the top player from Guatemala, Andrea Weedon, who easily got past Cartwright 6-love and 6-love.
It was pretty tough, She came out blasting balls. She came out very positive, just playing her best game. I've never seen her play like that in my life. I've played her before and we went 3 sets and it was a tough match, but this time, she just came out playing her best game today, and I tried my best, tried to mix it up all throughout the match and tried to stay positive, tried to stay in it, and I think I did the best I can.
And with that, competition in tennis came to an end for Team Bahamas. Reporting from Barranquilla, Colombia, where the 23rd edition of the CAC Games is taking place, I'm Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
The Bahamas ends the games 10th place in the medal standings with 7, 4 gold, 2 silver, and a bronze. Now 3 of those golds coming in the pool courtesy of Joanna Evans in the 200, 400, and 800 meter freestyle. The other gold won by Donald Thomas in the men's high jump. Now Evans also won 2 silvers in the 100 free and 400 IM, giving her 5 of the 7 medals. The lone bronze medal won in the pool as well, courtesy of Aubrey Higgs in the 200 meter breaststroke. Bowling not on the agenda this time around for Team Bahamas at CAC, but as Amajal Knowles tells us, our bowlers are gearing up for another major tournament in the Pan-American region.
Local bowlers gearing up to represent the country at the Popcorn Bowling Championships later this month. We caught up with a few of the bowlers at Mario's Bowling Palace as they were getting in a few practice sessions, men players David Slatter and Sonny Lockhart.
We've been bowling hard for like the last 3 months. Mario's has been giving us 2 nights of free practice every week, so we say thank you very much to Mario's. And most of the team has been committed, working hard, working on our spares. That's the key to victory, is being able to make your spares. The strikes will come. So we're very optimistic about the team and how we're going to perform. So we feel pretty good.
Been coming out just about every practice night, and we've been improving greatly on our bowling and our practice, being more consistent.
As for the team's chemistry and camaraderie,
I believe this is the very best team the Bahamas has fielded for decades, and we supporting each other. We're looking out for the areas where we can take advantage with each other. We're looking to see where we throw the ball, where we can have a better advantage of bouncing off of each other. The team is doing great, and we expect a medal in this championship coming up.
I think it's actually within reason to expect at least 1 medal between somewhere in the team, whether it's the senior men, senior women, or the super senior men. We've got some veterans on the team. We've been working hard. Everybody's game is better now than it was, say, 3 months ago, so I think we're primed and ready. Everybody's enthusiastic and optimistic.
Lockhart does see one flaw, however.
The only thing we're trying to really do is consistently spare. Keep consistent on that straight line sparing. Once we keep our sparing up like we're doing now, I don't see no reason why we shouldn't bring back a few medals.
The Popcorn Senior Tournament will take place in Calgary, Canada later this month. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
The 62nd Annual Caribbean Amateur Golf Championships coming to a close today in the Cayman Islands. On the men's side, in the race for the Herman Cup, Team Bahamas finishing 5th at 62 over. Paul Zavousis, the top finisher for the Bahamas, at 15 over. As for the ladies, they were 4th at 56 over in the race for the George Teal Trophy. Haley Turnquest led the way for the Bahamas in 11th at 26 over. For all you fight fans out there, you're in for a treat tonight as it marks the return of the BOMAC fight card at the Melia Nassau Beach Resort. The main event will feature Bahamian kickboxer Giovanni Mo Fire Johnson.
My fight's strictly Muay Thai, so it's just strictly been stand-up. Just being as versatile as I can with my range of striking, cut my angles, and more punching combinations, because that's what I'm looking to do, how boxers do it. Kicks are heavy, punches are heavy, my head movements there, my foot movements there, and most importantly, my cardio. So it was a whole lot of running, sometimes 2 a day, getting at least 5K a day.
Johnson also spoke about how much homework he has done on his opponent, Angolan Pedro Kasoma.
I saw some footage on him. He looks pretty decent. So this should be shaping up to be a pretty nice fight. From what I see, his kicks are pretty decent. So I'll be looking out for that. That's pretty much what my camp was centered around, just defending his kicks and keeping him moving backwards.
Stephen Bishop Benaby hard at work at St. Andrew's Field of Dreams, training the next generation of female softball players. Bishop recently returned home from his annual trip to Washington, D.C., where he took a group of young ladies to test and show off their skills.
We got a lot of good high remarks and praises at the tournament. And one of the things they said, they noticed we got very young because the 2 teams we carried, a lot of the girls had moved up from 14 to 16. And we had a lot of 12 and 13-year-old on the under 14 team. We played tremendously well. One of the girls of our team, I call her Tyler. Her name is Tyler. She hit the longest home run in the under 14 division up there. She really nailed the ball. And it made us feel good that we know we're in the right direction. I think softball in this country needs to take the same direction. We have to go young. What is happening is the majority of the older players, they're not developing anybody, they're not teaching anybody nothing. So what we do here at JBLN is just a feeder system really for the NPSA. And we're going to continue to develop young talent.
Right on the heels of the trip to Washington, D.C., Bishop looking to identify players at an even younger age.
If we could get the development league from 8 to 12, then that is good. 7-year-olds, we're going to, because most of them are going to be turning 8 within this calendar year anyhow, playing softball. So we just like for them to come out. We invite as many parents who want their children involved in softball to bring them out. We're going to be here every Monday, Wednesday from 4 to 7. And on Saturday, we're going to be here from 10 to 1. We have a lot of behemoths with strong arms, but the mechanics is bad. And they tend to destroy the arm. So what we want to do is get away from that. We're going to teach them how to throw the ball properly, how to feel the ball properly, plenty footwork, so that we can get in a better balance, be in balance when we're making the throw. September, we're going to begin our online registration. We start preseason in October. So we're going to be going straight through. When school opens, we're going to still be doing this.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
At Outback Marathon Mall, there are no rules, and that's just right. We are the tasty and affordable choice for both indoor and outdoor dining, watching the big game on big screens, or just having a few with friends at the bar. Our friendly staff at Outback love to make your family dinners, lunch meetings, hangouts, and birthday celebrations a blooming good time. Dine in, take out, or have us bring Outback to your event with just a call. At Outback, there are no rules, and that's just right.
You thought it was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller. Pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light, 810 AM for The Conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
The Morning Edition is here on the ZNS Television Network, waking up to traffic, weather, news, and developing stories. It's the Morning Edition with your ZNS News team, waking you up.
And look back over your life and say, Lord, thank you. When I didn't have bread to eat, thank you. When I didn't have money to buy clothes, thank you. When I didn't have a roof over my head, thank you. My husband may not be the best person in the world, but Lord, I thank you that he's my man. Thank you. Are you hearing what I'm saying?
One of the things with Ill Ability's mission is to empower individuals to live life with limitless possibilities through positive interactions within communities worldwide.
There are many people around the world, able-bodied and differently abled, who have doubts, who lack confidence, who aren't sure what they want to do with their lives, or don't think that they can do what they would like to do, what they dream of doing. And we try to show them that if you have a dream and you stop making excuses for yourself as to why you cannot or should not pursue your dream or your passion, then there are no limits to what you can achieve.
Like when someone sees my dance, I want them to see that message that no matter what obstacles they're faced with, they can always find a way to do it their own way.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, the tropics is quiet, will remain quiet right through the weekend, so no issues there for us at all. And then on the satellite picture, we still have some convection taking place over the central Bahamas, some of which is spilling into the northwest Bahamas, and that is as a result of that tropical wave, which is now moving west of us, but behind that we still have some lingering showers, which will continue right into tomorrow morning. Otherwise, that high pressure, which has been in control of our winds for the past several days, is beginning to relax, and by Sunday we'll see a significant reduction in those winds. The forecast for tonight calls for partly cloudy conditions, showers developing later on tonight again, and there could be an isolated thunderstorm popping up as well. Low temperature getting down to 79 degrees. Tomorrow we're looking at partly sunny and warm with brief showers both in the morning and during the afternoon, as your high temperature tomorrow about 88 degrees. Extended weather forecast taking us through the weekend and into early next week. A couple showers in the forecast on Saturday and Sunday, drying you out the early part of next week is certainly looking very good for you, and we're keeping those temperatures nice and toasty, and we had some very high relative humidity today, which make things felt a lot hotter than they are. And I think we have a couple of birthdays. We'll start off with Patrick Duncan. He's a good friend and colleague of mine at the Met Office, and I think we have Kelsey Johnson.
Yes, our lovable Kelsey Johnson is celebrating her birthday today, and I dare not say how old she is, but I hope she's having a happy birthday over there in Colombia or wherever she is in the world right now. Well, that does it for us in the National Report. On behalf of the entire news team, thanks so much for looking in. Have a good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.